So today, I have with me for an interview voice actress MissNilla. How are you, dear?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Pretty swell, pretty swell. I mean, I'm interviewing a new voice actress, of course, so I'd say pretty damn swell, actually. So, tell me, MissNilla, how long have you been voice acting?
I have been doing just voice acting in general since probably about 2014 or 2015 when I was like a junior in high school, I think. I found like Casting Call Club and then it was history from there. But I've only been doing NSFW work for about a year, maybe that.
I'm curious, what made you want to get into not safe for work voice acting? What made you, want to go through that transition?
I feel like many people I saw like really good performances from some other NSFW VAs that I ended up following on my like Safe for Work account. Like Miss Moonified and Silky Milk and Pixie Willow. I saw all of them and I was like, that's really cool. And I've always been like a down low fan of hentai, and so I was like, maybe I wanna do that, that would be fun." I don't even know if there are English dubs of hentai, so, that was kind of how I got started in it, yeah.
And what made you choose your username, MissNilla? Is that a reference to something?
Um, it's such a dumb story, but when I was in high school, I used to wear this white beanie on my head all the time. It was my favorite hat, and one day I thought I was being really clever coming up with my username, and so, like for my safe for work stuff, my username was Vanilla Beanie because I had a white beanie, and then with my safe for work, I didn't want it to be too far removed from my regular voice acting, and so I just decided like Nilla, and I liked the like dumb juxtaposition of like vanilla
It's
with
vanilla! How did I
yeah.
never see that? Oh, I feel like a moron now. I don't see that. Nilla! Oh, jeez. It's a whole new world for me now. My eyes have been opened. Oh man. This changes everything. Oh, well, that's not dumb. That's adorable. That's
Oh, thank
adorable.
you.
So tell me, what's it been like in the year you've been doing not safe for work voice acting? Like how different is it compared to safe for work for you?
It was very different, mostly because the communities are kind of different. Where when I started just regular voice acting, it was just a bunch of people where you would kind of, ask them questions and they would send you this whole list of like resources on the web or something. They'd be like, just read up, you'll figure it out. But when I started in SFW work and I went to some of the people that I originally kind of see as mentors, they were just like, "Oh, pay attention to this, make sure you do this. This is how, you can do files. This is how you should do your terms of service. Make sure you're paying attention to that." And they were just so like immediately helpful and so wonderful. And I was like, wow, I really like this community. Everyone's so nice. And even my like first clients were amazing. So I appreciate doing NSFW work a little bit more than my safe for work stuff right now. And I will say that it's a little bit more, um, crass, like, a lot some of my clients are just like, "Sorry, this is my kink," and then it's just, like, straight up smut for the rest of the conversation, but I love the community so, so very much, so, yeah.
Speaking of community, how did you end up in the AVA Discord?
Um, I believe I saw somebody recommended it to me, on Twitter. Somebody, direct messaged me, I think, and was like, "Hey, you should join this. There are a lot of opportunities here." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And so I think for that one, you have to message them to get the invite into the server. And so I messaged them and got the invite, and then, yeah, the rest is history. And I've gotten a lot of good opportunities from there.
I'm happy to hear. I'm happy to hear.
Mm.
So tell me, I'm very curious. After listening to your demo reel, how did you learn to alter your voice like that? Like, what did you do? Like, was it professional teachers? Was it online courses? Was it totally self-learned? How are you able to manipulate your voice and, like, completely change the tone and pitch of it?
Um, I've been actually an actor for a long time. I started um, doing stage plays and stuff when I was in high school. I did it like all 4 years, and then I continued doing theater in college. And being able to kind of like physically get into character on stage really helps with like changing everything about, the tone of your voice and stuff like that. But I also, from the time I was really little, I would just like mimic all of the characters that I would see in animation and video games just because I thought it was hilarious and it drove my dad nuts. Uh, but I've just worked really hard on it and done kind of this thing where I would do like a whole bunch of different tones and record them all and then listen back to them and figure out which ones like sounded the most natural and which ones felt the best for my voice. But I haven't taken any classes yet. I've only had one coaching session. So yeah, the rest of it's just self-taught, I suppose. It was just messing around.
That's very impressive. That's very,
Oh, thank
very
you.
impressive. So, tell me, what have been some of your favorite roles, favorite character archetypes to play?
Oh, I love the femme fatale. Oh goodness. I love just that like slight edge of danger, but still being like super confident and super sexual and just being like, yeah, well, fuck you if you don't like it. This is me. And that's how I'm gonna be. Because I'm very quiet and shy in my real life. Kind of pushing that boundary and being like super sultry and confident and cool. I love it.
Oh man, you're an inspiration. You are an inspiration. Tell me, what kind of audio hardware and software do you use to like help create the best voice acting performance you can create digitally?
I have a Scarlett Solo 2i2 interface and an AT2035 mic, and then I use Audacity just for like really basic stuff like trimming and moving things around and layering. And then I use Reaper to do like EQ and any kind of effects or anything that I need. That's about it, I think.
Goodness, my goodness. Okay, okay. Have you ever considered upgrading, or are you happy with your current setup?
Right now I'm very happy with the equipment that I have. I am looking into better treating my space because I used to just go to my grandma's house and I had this like little mobile booth that I would just set up in her closet, one of her closets, and but ever since I moved in with my boyfriend, it's been like a whole change of space. So I've been, trying to figure out how to, cut down on reverb and make it sound as professional as possible so I don't sound like a total goon.
Well, so far working out great for you, and that is charming. Can I just say that is a very charming story right there? Now, let me ask you this.
Mhm.
Would you want to take this full-time, hardcore, professional? Like, do you want this to be your dream job?
I would love it if it was my dream job. I that was something that I originally pushed for right out of high school. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do voice acting. That's what I want to do. And then I found out that it takes a lot of time and a lot of money that you don't have when you're just out of high school. And more recently, it's interesting that you ask about careers because I was just talking to my boyfriend the other week that I decided that I want to go back to school and I'm going to go through a mortuary science program and become a mortician and open up my own funeral home, which is kind of crazy.
Oh, all right. I have to ask, why? I mean that with total respect. Total respect.
Yeah.
I'm so curious.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I a few years ago, I discovered this mortician who she started her own YouTube channel, and she actually started a whole movement called the Death Positive movement, and it just struck me like right in the heart, and I was like, I need to be a part of this. I need to be a part of this change, And the best way for me to do that, and also because I've had interest um, in being a mortician, I really like working in funeral homes and helping grieving families and stuff. Because when I was 9 years old, my mom passed away, and so I had kind of this like firsthand experience with it, and I know how difficult it could be. And so I was like, well, if I can, help other people through that in a better way, and make funerals more affordable and stuff like that, and more green, environmentally friendly, all of that stuff, then I definitely want to do that. And yeah, so going back to school and opening up my own funeral home and advocating and stuff with that knowledge is it's kind of what I'm passionate about now. It's like my new path.
Oh my, you're a saint. You're an angel. Oh my god, my heart. I can't. I didn't expect this to go this way. I was
I'm
not
sorry.
prepared. I was not prepared for. Oh, well, that's so beautiful. I can't. How do I even follow that up? How do I follow that up?
I'm sorry, I've derailed it. We're
No,
supposed
don't
to
be
be talking
sorry.
about sexy things.
No, don't be sorry again. That what you did. That's beautiful. What you just, I can't. I just feel like everything else I'm about to ask you is small fry compared to that.
No. Oh no, I doubt that very highly.
Oh my goodness. Well, shit. Okay, I guess. I not really the best transition, but could you tell me about your OC, the MissNilla kind of character you've invented? Like, who'd you get to commission to draw her? What made you choose that design?
I've always had a huge love of tentacles. I love Tentacle Girls, and like I like a
Wow,
lot of
talk
monster
about a
girls.
contrast from what we were just talking about. This.
I know.
I'm sorry for interrupting. Please continue.
No.
Tentacle Girls, you said.
Yes. I've always been kind of fascinated with like monster girls because they're just so interesting, and they all bring their own like unique kind of things to the table, and they're so fun. And so I was like, all right, well, if I had to pick like my NSFW self, like if I was in a hentai, what would I want to be? And I was like, well, I would want to be a tentacle girl because that sounds really fun. And I originally was working with Size Growth Animator, and he put me on to Vespa, who is a fantastic artist who did all of my original designs. All of the like first, I think, three, and he's done a Christmas and Halloween one for me as well. And they are wonderfully detailed and beautiful and super sexy. Um, but I started going through a rebrand, and so I found some, smaller artists that, were like, "Hey, I need help with COVID and stuff." And I was like, "Here, I'll buy art. Help me with my rebrand. I want to be a 90s girl now." So, it's been a big change. I'm a mess. Honestly. I can't decide.
Well, whatever you do decide, I know it's going to be the best decision. All right, so, I'm curious. I'm sorry to get a bit dark, but I've always, every once in a while, heard some horror stories about the stuff that goes on in not safe for work voice acting. Have you encountered any creeps online?
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, there are some real assholes out there, and it's unavoidable. So it's just one of those things where if you're doing this kind of work, you have to have it in the back of your mind of like, how are you going to handle it? And sometimes it's worse than others, especially if they get, kind of aggressive. But only really had one that made me super uncomfortable. And I kind of like to tell this story only because I feel like it helps, other like VAs that may be going into NSFW work kind of be prepared if they hear it. Where I was contacted by this guy, and he just wanted like feet pics, and it was something that I wasn't like super comfortable with, but also I was like, well, because he initially messaged me and bought me a bunch of gifts off of Amazon, and he was like, "Those are just gifts. Take them. They're from your wish list or whatever." And I was like, "Wow, thank you." And I thought that he just really liked my work and was just kind of tipping me or whatever. But then he was asking for feet pics, and I was like, "Yeah, I might as well. He bought me gifts. Why not? I'm not that uncomfortable with it." And so I did. And then come to find out a couple days later, he canceled the order. He just wanted the feet pics. And I was like, "Wow, thank you for bamboozling me, you giant asshole." Um, and then I blocked him and just kind of forgot about it, but I made sure to, like, kind of talk about it on Twitter so that people would know that that was going on. But that's probably the creepiest, I think. Some people are just, like, vulgar and dumb and just kind of trolling, but that one was definitely the most, like, weird, I guess.
Yeah, weird's how I would describe that as weird. That's pretty weird. Ugh,
Mm.
internet. Ugh.
Yeah. It's full of every kind of person, and a lot of them are not the ones that you wanna come across.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
but to transition to people you do want to come across, tell me, have you gotten to work with any of your any of the voice actors, voice actresses that you look up to, doing Not Safe for Work and Safe for Work?
I got to work with, Melissa. I cannot remember her last name right now. I am blanking. I'm so sorry, Melissa. But in my Stay for Work stuff, I got to work with Melissa on the XY podcast. That is her thing. I got to work on their Halloween episode as the she werewolf, which was really fun. And then I got to work with Pretty Girl 17, or I think her Twitter is like Pretty Girl's Diary. I think on a Gumroad collab that we did. That was really fun. But other than that, I haven't worked with a whole lot. I've gotten some like collab offers, but I tend to get so swamped and overwhelmed that I forget to respond to people, and then I have all these messages backed up. I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll figure it out." But yeah, I think that's about it that I've worked with. I really want to work with Miss Moonified one day, and I definitely want to be like in the same project as like Pixie Willow and Silky Milk one day. That'll make me feel like I've made it.
Oh, well, lucky you. I know all three of them. In all seriousness, I'll gladly message them and let them know there's an aspiring, young, beautiful voice actress who would love to meet her stars.
Oh, they're so sweet. They're so amazing. I've talked to Pixie Willow before. She recommended a calendar for me so that I wouldn't get so lost in my work. And I just recorded a podcast with Mooney a couple days ago that I haven't released because I had some technical difficulties with it. But I started a podcast that was just talking about like death positive stuff, and it's totally, unrelated with any of my NSFW work and stuff. But she came on and, she was so fun. She was asking me about, uh she could be cremated and make her ashes into like jewelry, like a crystal or something. And I was like, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Come to my funeral home when I have one, and we'll do that.
Well, I've talked with Mooney about quite a few things. That is not one of them. I have several questions for her now. Next we speak. All right then.
Definitely ask her. She has some really interesting things about what she wants when she dies. And I was like, wow, that's fascinating. So definitely ask her about that.
Mm-hmm. Also, she didn't tell me she does podcasts, that little minx. Oh my god, she's just got her paws and everything. Oh my
If
goodness.
you ask her, she will do it. If she's interested in it, I guarantee you she'll be like, yeah, sure. Because she's that kind of person where she just, she's like curious and she wants to know about different things and she loves people. So she's like, yeah, sure. And she says she's super awkward, but she is super funny and I love her.
She has that effect on people, eh?
Mm. Oh, yes.
All right. One last professional VA question. So, tell me, Nilla, what do you believe, you yourself, what do you believe you could do to improve as a voice actress?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think taking the time to explore characters more and really understanding different people, like real people, so that, when I'm going into a character, it's not just a caricature. It could, it's believable and it's something that you could picture in your head and see, like, oh, yeah. that person's real, and then you believe in that person, and then you believe in the work, and then the whole project is just that much more alive, I guess. So that's really what I want to get into.
I see. I see. Okay then, okay. Well, MissNilla, I wish you the absolute best of luck in all your voice acting endeavors. And remember, everybody, you can follow MissNilla on Twitter and support her through all the links found in her Twitter and in the description and in the comments section. Hint, hint, click all the links. Please do. Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you don't mind, Nilla, I'd now like to ask you some more personal questions so we can get to know you a bit more, if that's all right.
Absolutely.
Okay. Something simple, basic. What are some of your favorite hobbies? Movies, video games, television, sports?
Let's see. I really enjoy watching anime. It's one of my favorite hobbies. I'm a sucker for anime like Achikochi, just really cute, chibi kind of things. It's like a guilty pleasure. I write poetry a lot. I've gotten published, I think, last year, and I've recently gotten into music. My boyfriend's like a producer, and he's up and coming. He hasn't like released anything yet, but he's like learning FL Studio, so I've been kind of learning music along with him. So that's kind of become one of my hobbies, trying to learn how to sing.
Oh my goodness! Oh my god! Like what kind of genres? Singing what kind of genres?
It's one of the hardest to do, but I really, really want to be able to do vocal jazz. I just think it's so beautiful and it's so soulful and amazing. And I want to be able to like tell that story with my voice, which I can't do right now because I sound like a dying monkey.
That's not true at all! That's not true at all!
It's almost true.
You sound absolutely lovely. Where would you get dying monkey from?
I just sometimes I hit that note and I'm like, oh my God.
I have faith in you.
And then I just feel bad. Oh, well, thank you. I need that.
Oh my lord. What do you do like to have fun? What do you find is the most fun for you?
Some of the most fun experiences that I've had is going out with my best friend and going to like cemeteries and haunted places and just kind of doing like ghost hunting. We love it.
So you're a Ghostbuster?
See, I'm not a true believer, but my best friend, Emily, she is Wiccan, and she's very in tune with her spirituality and like energies and things like that. And so when we go, she is very, she believes very, very heavily in it, and it's very important for her. But I was raised Lutheran. Like spiritual stuff is just like complete mumbo jumbo, it's not real. But I've always been absolutely fascinated with, urban legends and ghosts and the paranormal and, werewolves and vampires and all that stuff. So when she asked me one day, she was like, hey, let's go to this really famous, scary haunted place, and then we're going to film it, and it's just going to be fun. And we did it, and then we never stopped doing it.
Oh, that's actually really cool. That's really cool. Oh man,
it was so fun. I recommend it if you're not, if you're not being, dangerous.
Oh, of course, safety
Yes.
first, kids. Safety first. That includes in the bedroom. Okay, so
Definitely.
So MissNilla, how about let me ask you this: what are some of your favorite foods?
Ooh.
That aren't vanilla. You can't say vanilla.
My favorite flavor of things is actually either peach or strawberry.
Okay.
Yeah. I love sweets. They are my weakness, especially like pastries. Oh goodness. But like real foods, I'm a big fan of like mac and cheese, chicken fingers, pizza, like anything that you shouldn't get all over your hands, but you inevitably do. That's what I want.
Damn it, I need to eat before these interviews. God, why do I ask the food question? I do every time I ask the food question, I get incredibly hungry after. I do this to myself. It's a curse. Okay. But yeah, those are all wonderful picks. Delicious choices. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Now, you mentioned earlier that you want to do vocal jazz. I'm assuming, that ties in this question, is jazz your favorite genre of music?
It's one of them, yeah. I actually like that kind of. I like jazz and blues kind of equally, and then like funk kind of sneaks in there.
Ooh, any particular songs or bands?
There's one that I recommend to everybody that like they're not unheard of, but you've probably never heard of them. Um and they're like this very sexual funk band that's like almost parody level, and they're called Here Come the Mummies, and I love them to death. They're super fun.
Well, with a name like that, it certainly sounds fun. Oh my goodness.
Yes. Oh, I love them. Their song, I like Dirty Minds, and their song Pants. It's really fun.
Pants. There's a song called Pants.
Yes, there is.
Now I've heard everything. I've actually heard quite a few things I've never heard before, but I can pretty much say I've heard everything. Alright, so let me ask you this. I know, very dumb, basic, simple, childish question, but it can actually say a lot about a person. I don't know what a perfin? What the hell's a perfin? Oh,
Just a slip of the tongue. Nothing, you know.
So, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is maroon.
Maroon? That's very specific. Why maroon?
So this is gonna sound really weird and like I do drugs, but I don't. I have smell color synesthesia, so scents are interpreted by my brain as colors instead of just scents. And so maroon is one of my favorite scents. So if I come across something that, smells maroon, it's amazing. It's just my favorite. So it's become my favorite color.
Oh, any examples of things that smell maroon?
Let's see. Autumn, like that warm autumn rain on the asphalt, that smells maroon. It's amazing.
Oh, that sounds very nice, actually. Oh, man.
It is. It's super nice. I love it.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my good. Okay, back on topic. Fashion.
Ooh.
Tell me, favorite styles? Any particular types of shoes, dresses?
I am a huge fan of like the messy artist kind of look, just like lots of baggy things and kind of grungy. I often wear like shorts with tights and then like a big flannel with it. I love just Converse, probably my favorite shoes. They're super comfortable and they look so cute with just about everything. And I enjoy wearing wigs a lot, which is kind of weird, but yeah, I'm a wig person. I like being able to change up my look that drastically at a moment's notice.
That's actually really cool. I've never met someone who wears wigs. That's really cool.
They're really fun, and it's like, if you're waking up and you feel like, I really kind of wish I had mint hair, you can just go and just put mint hair on your head and be like, aha, I have it. I am mint. And then you're set. And then you can take it off at the end of the day so you have no regrets.
I hope you don't mind if I quote you on that. I am mint now. I like that I'm putting that on a t-shirt.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Okay. One last personal question. Okay, so gotta tell me favorite animals.
Ooh. I really like amphibians, like little frogs and toads. I love turtles and snails. They're really cute, but I'm a cat person, like a huge cat person.
That's such a giant contrast with go from frogs and snails to cats.
I don't know. They're both so cute.
I'm not judging, mind you. I just find it I find it entertaining is all. Oh, man. Do you own a cat? Are you a cat person, cat owner?
Yes, I at my dad's house I have a cat. He's a little black cat with a little white bow tie. His name is Binks. And then here we have a cat named Moop, and he's white and he's got some black
Moop!
spots.
His name is Moop. Oh God, I can't. My heart. I can't, that's. Oh, that's so cute. I can't even.
It fits him too well. He's too cute and he knows it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my.
I rarely even call him Moop. I just call him Sweet Boy.
Oh. Oh man. Okay. All right. So, now to change things up a bit, moving on from personal questions, are you ready for some silly bullshit questions?
Oh, absolutely. My favorite type.
All right. How would you survive? Let's make this fun. Based off your cutest animal choices, how would you survive a snail apocalypse? The snails are sick and tired of humans. They've grown to abnormally large size. They're coming to wipe us out. How would you survive a snail apocalypse?
I would, run over other people and steal all the salt that the world had to offer. Like, we're hoarding toilet paper right now. I would be clearing out the salt aisle. All kinds of salt. And just line, my driveway and everything with it. And, all the streets near my house would be try to come near me. You're gonna wrinkle up like a little prune. Which is really sad. But if I'm picturing, big snails, I'm not, especially if they're trying to kill me, it's not as... So, yeah. That's my best option. That's all I got.
Thank you. You chose an actual gave me a survivor answer. Almost everyone always picks, I'll join the bad guys who are causing the apocalypse every time. So thank you.
No, I read I Am Legend. I am holding my ground.
Oh, yeah, badass, girl. Yes. That is what I like to hear. Great answer.
Thank you.
Okay. Now this may be the hardest question I have asked you yet.
Oh no!
Ooh, this is this question has been debated over for eternity. Tits or ass?
Oh no! Oh no! I am a tits person, to be honest. They're just so nice.
Pardon me. Could you elaborate a bit more?
I mean, there's just I don't even know how to explain it. There's just something magically unique about boobs, and they're usually
That's another
soft
quote I'm taking from
so
you.
Warm, and I don't know. They just feel so unique to every woman that has them, and I don't know. There's just it's I don't know. It's like a fingerprint almost. Where it's unique to you, and I like that a lot.
A booby print.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, great answer. I'll take it. All right. So, MissNilla, if you had to write a book about the dumbest thing imaginable, how would you try and sell it to people as a serious novel?
I would do the horrible what are those called? The televised church thing, and just tell them that it will cure everything. It'll be the dumbest subject, but I'll be like, no, if you read this book, it'll cure what ails you. I promise.
Oh,
and that would
brilliant.
Be my best shot. Be like, there you go. This is the secret to eternal youth. There's something dumb.
Yo-yos, the secret to eternal youth.
If you just keep yo-yoing every day, listen to the yo-yo master. That's a real thing.
Oh, wait, that is?
Yeah, the yo-yo master. It's, oh my goodness, it's the craziest thing I've ever watched. But if you look at him on YouTube, it made me cry laughing for 15 minutes.
My lord. Oh, my lord. Okay. Now, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
So, You get to make your own anime. You can do whatever you want. What would it be?
That's hard. Let's see. I would probably make like a really dark revenge anime. Because I feel like there's not enough and I want more.
These they're such holy contrast. It's like I never expected that. I expected like maybe something about cemeteries, maybe something about something cute, but no. Dark revenge story. All right, tell me more, please. I am fascinated.
I'm a disaster in my brain. There's like like ADHD, but I don't have it, so I don't even have an excuse. I'm just a mess. But I watched one of my favorite kind of underrated animes was 91 Days. And I loved both like the historical aspect and also the like weird accents they were trying to do. And the whole thing is just like 10 episodes of revenge. And I loved it because it just focused on that. So I would definitely try to do something kind of similar and make sure that whatever the reason for revenge wasn't dumb. It wasn't like too outlandish so that people would really get behind the main character.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
This makes me want to write an anime now. Oh no, that's what I'm going to be doing the rest of the day.
Oh, that's wonderful. Please do share. Are you going to share on Twitter?
Yes, if it gets finished, I absolutely will.
Hey, even just show your rough work. I'd love to see.
Sure, yeah. I'll share it.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Okay, all right. Last silly bullshit question. MissNilla, can you tell me the funniest joke you've ever heard?
Oh. Let me think. That's one of the most difficult questions because as soon as you're like, what jokes have I heard? You're like, man, I've never heard a joke in my life.
What? I doubt that.
No, but your brain is just done. It's like, I don't remember anything. We've never heard jokes. We've never been outside. Let's see.
But you have been outside. You told me you went to a cemetery.
I did, but dead people don't tell me jokes. If they did, that'd be pretty crazy. Oh god, I really cannot think of any. All that's coming to mind is the wonderful comedic timing in anime with like those like slow realizations and then just the tear or the sweat drop. Just for some reason that will make me laugh every time. I don't know why. That's like the equivalent of the best joke. It's like good comedic timing in my brain.
Okay, then let me mix it up a bit. What besides that, what makes you laugh? What do you find irrationally funny?
Okay, I grew up with boys. I was the only girl in my house, so I have a really hard time not crying laughing at fart jokes. And it's horrible, and I know that they're not really that funny, but it just makes me like cry laughing irrationally, and I'm telling myself while I'm dying and unable to breathe that it's not that funny, and I just keep laughing. Oh, it's horrible.
Oh, it sounds wonderful. Sounds wonderful.
I do like sketch comedy also. Like if anybody's heard of Gus Johnson or Trevor Wallace, I really enjoyed their sketch comedy. You can find them on YouTube. Gus has one video where he's a businessman that like is super confused and just swimming around a pool trying to put stuff back in his briefcase, and it makes me laugh so hard.
I have so many questions now. How did his stuff in his briefcase get in the pool to begin with? That's just...
You gotta ask Gus.
Maybe I will ask Gus. That's shit. All right then. Okay. So we're coming up on the tail end of the interview here, Nilla, and I like to do something a little special and different. Now you get to ask me questions. Can be as silly or as serious as you want. You can ask whatever you want. Fire away.
Oh, let's see. What's something that scares you? I love asking people that question.
Oh, just my family and friends in harm's way. Like, especially recently with the whole pandemic, I've been having really fucking nasty nightmares about everyone in danger, so yeah, just family and friends in danger, that scares me the most.
Oh, that's so real. For some reason, I was expecting, like, snakes. That's usually the answer I get, snakes or spiders.
Oh no, I love
Um,
them. I love snakes and spiders.
oh, that's good. I'm terrified of spiders, but I love them.
Yeah,
Um,
same here. Same here.
I'm gonna ask you the hardest question.
Oh boy.
Are you a tits or an ass man?
Oh, this got asked last time. Okay.
Mhm.
So
I
I
have to ask for my
I know I gotta come clean. Oh, okay. Can I cheat and say it's more about who the person they're attached to than the tits and ass themselves?
You can, because that's super wholesome and cute.
It's true though. It's true. I'm attracted to who people are as a person, not just their body. Like, you can have the most gorgeous body, but if you're a complete asshole, I want nothing to do with you.
That is definitely fair. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I don't have
Aw.
really a particular, like, physical preference in general. Um, so it's just like, if you can make me laugh and uh you show me that you love me, I'm yours forever, probably.
Take me to bed.
Yeah, basic. I wonder if my boyfriend can hear me. He's not in this room. He might be in the next room over.
You've got some explaining to do, Lucy.
Definitely. He's gonna be like, what was that all about? I just kept hearing you laugh. Um, ooh, I do have one more question. What is what was your kind of reasoning for starting to do interviews with VAs? Because I'm fascinated by the fact that like your channel, I hadn't even known about it until I think Mooney shared hers, and I was like, this is amazing.
Oh, well, you can thank Pixie Willow for that, for introducing me to the world of not safe for work voice acting. And I just saw, like, how stigmatized, like, your entire genre is, like, how you and your colleagues have to go through so much shit. And, like, because I used to be one of those people who kind of, like, looked down upon not safe for work voice acting. Like,
Mhm.
I fought ill of it. Like, I was a bigot. I'm not gonna lie. I was a bigot. I was a fool. And thanks to Pixie, like, just introducing myself to her, getting to know her, and, like, her exposing me to your career, and, like, it like, completely changed my worldview. And, like, on one hand, like, I just want to help. I want to help people, and, like, I have this platform that I can actually do some good with by doing these interviews and helping to promote, like, just you wonderfully gorgeous, talented people. And also, this is kind of like on a more selfish level, like a way for me to find redemption for being a horrible piece of shit.
That's honestly really amazing that you can, like you recognize and then you're trying to become a better person. A lot of people would tend to a lot of people have made mistakes in their past. It's certainly not, nobody's perfect. I've certainly been an asshole in my past, but the fact that you can kind of be like, okay, well, I want to do better. And then doing this, which is amazing. This is giving like you said, like a very niche group and often looked down upon group, a platform. That's really amazing. And I'm thanking you for that. Thank you for this interview. Honestly, that's amazing.
It's genuinely my pleasure. Since I started doing this, I've heard, like, just the most wonderful stories, met the most extraordinary people from around the world. Like, just in this interview alone, like, this has been a wild ride. You're incredible, Nilla.
Oh, thank you. I'm just a regular old Midwestern girl.
There is nothing regular about you. You are special in all the positive ways, in all the most positive ways.
Oh, thank you.
And it really is an honor and a really real pleasure to do this interview with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. This has been super fun. I was like really nervous about it, but Oh my goodness. It's been wild and yeah, just very like I don't know, just kind of freeing in a way because I feel like I don't talk about myself like on my Twitter or anything. So it's like, huh, oh yeah, this is me. I am not Nilla. I exist. I forgot.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful to hear. Good for you. Good for you. Oh man. So, Nilla, MissNilla, again, thank you so much for this interview. If the lovely people watching and listening want to go listen to you some more, support you, find your work, where do they go?
You can find me on Twitter at Nilla_Miss. I have a Gumroad account under MissNilla, which has a lot of really good audios on there that I will plug. And then I also have a coffee under MissNilla that you can find as well if you feel like tipping me or something like that. That's where you can find me.
It's not a question of if they feel like tipping, they're all going to tip. Because this is now the part of the interview where we threaten the audience to go follow you and support you. What do you think we should threaten them with, Nilla?
What's something good? I feel like Dom whips. Those are pretty terrifying to people who aren't used to them. Just running at people with these crazy floggers, just like that's crazy. Yep, that's what we're threatening you with.
You heard it here, folks. Tip or get flogged.
Again, tip or get flogged.